Freeform, or also known as organic shapes, are shapes that are formed naturally. They have a curvy flow to them and they do not have strict rules or guidelines. You will often see organic shapes in nature. Flowers and leaves are organic shapes. Geometric shapes are shapes that have rules. A square, a circle, a rectangle, those shapes all have rules. Today we'll be creating an abstract painting using organic freeform shapes. First, take your paper and put your name and teacher's name on the back. Using watercolor, you will go in and start putting organic shapes across your paper. These are shapes that you would commonly see in nature. Use various colors, blues, purples, reds, and oranges. Don't use green. We will use green at a later time. Take your paper, and as you include those shapes, make sure you're not painting in triangles, circles, or rectangles. Those shapes are geometric. We're only using freeform shapes. Once you've filled your entire paper with those shapes, the remaining space needs to be painted in green. So every part of the paper that has not have a shape on it, fill that space in using green. Every single part of the paper needs to be painted in. Once you've had those spaces painted in, you will take salt and sprinkle it on top of the wet paper. This will create a cool effect. Now that your paper is dried, it will look a little confusing, but we're going to turn this into a beautiful work of art. Take your paper and find the organic shapes. Once you've found that shape, outline it using a Sharpie. Go along the waves of the shape, and we will turn these into flowers. Leave the green as it is. Only do this with the colors that you've used for the shapes that you made earlier. So I'm outlining my yellows and my reds. It's okay if you don't outline everything perfectly. Once you've outlined all of those shapes, then we're going to go in and turn them into flowers. In the middle of each flower, you can draw a small or large dot. It's up to you. Connect those dots using lines. These lines will be the petals of the flower. Start at the center of the dot and take the line out all the way to the edge of the flower. When you add your leaves, you don't have to follow the pattern of the green. You're just drawing the leaves in next to the flowers that you used for the organic shapes. Notice how I'm finding those green parts but drawing on top of them in the shape of a leaf. A curved line coming down and a straight line in the middle and diagonal lines coming out from both directions. That's how you draw a leaf. One more example of drawing flowers. you do not have to do every flower the same way. You can draw spirals inside of a flower to look like a rose. You can even draw lines coming down, and no lines at all.